Where's this team at as you reset things and now turn your attention to the postseason?
Well, it's always our adage to be playing our best, come playoff time, which is where we're at, and we think that we are. We have healed up, got some guys back, we're good to go, and I think that offensively, we're kicking on all cylinders. You got a little bit of a run game and pass game. Defensively, those guys that are the outstanding players like Ashton Pasetsky, are leading us on the defensive side and playing physical football, and that's what has to happen against a good Warsaw team.
Of course, last year's postseason run, well documented. How much does it help having a bunch of those guys back from last year to maybe help some of those younger guys who maybe haven't played a bunch of postseason football?
Yeah, there's really two things, with a long run that play into account for this year. One is the experience, as you speak of, and some of those guys that played in the playoffs and got experience in those games. But the second is the extra weeks that you get to practice, the extra time that you're on the field, the extra time that you're practicing football, the extra time that you're installing your scheme, and it makes, the younger guys, that much more prepared and that much more ready to play quickly, as they grow into the program.
You take a look at this Warsaw team. Of course, you guys have had a fair share of matchups against them the last few years in the playoffs. What do you remember about the last couple of years and just how it's going to help you for this Friday?
Well, they're always extremely well coached. Coach Curtis does a tremendous job. His staff does a tremendous job. They're going to be physical up front. They are. They're going to be disciplined. They run a disciplined style of offense, and they're going to take care of the football. And they want to control the clock. Defensively, their interior plays hard all the time. And we've got to be well prepared. We've got to be physical. We've got to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Speaking on that preparation, just what are you harping on the most in practice this week as you get ready for Warsaw?
Defensively, it's play assignment football, and you've got to do your job, and it's different. It's different playing against a wishbone team than it is against a spread offense team, and so everybody has to do their job. Offensively, we've got to take care of the football. We've got to play our ball. We've got to. You're going to have limited number of series, because you're playing against a ball control offense, and you've got to capitalize on every time that you have the ball, and you got to score, and you've got to put points on the board every time that you have the ball.
Well, Coach, this is also going to be our highlight zone game of the week. A lot of eyeballs, especially on this Carroll team after what happened last season. Just what are you most excited about as you make the trip up to Warsaw this Friday?
Yeah, it's playoff time. It is. It's, you win, you advance. You continue. You look at the next opponent. You lose, you have a meeting on Monday, and you turn in your equipment. So, every team in the state is wanting to advance. Playing hard, preparing hard to advance, and we're hoping, that we'll be fortunate enough to be one of those teams.